Welcome to Something Crunchy. Tyler is homies with Blake. Blake is the older bro of Blair. Blair is married to Tyler and is a slutty slut.
Welcome to Something Crunchy.
What the hell is crunchy?
Welcome to Something Crunchy.
Alright, back in the studio with T-Bone and an American werewolf and bee. Let's put them up.
Oh, that's great.
That was good.
How we feeling tonight?
Buddy, I've been pushing all day, and I'm scared shitless.
Welcome to the Crunchtober finale. Damn, this went by quickly.
It did.
We got a great sode tonight. Lots to get into. But first, I think it's smelling a little gamey in here. What do you think?
Oh, my favorite.
You knew we were going to have a nice Wayne-flavored game, and I got a crunch-tastic gameski for you two. You're going to love it.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Tonight, you will be guessing iconic horror villains based on the info you might see on their dating profile.
Okay.
It's the horror villain dating profile game.
I obviously love this already.
And we play for chubs around here.
Yeah, we do.
Of course.
This game is going to be more structured, meaning we're going to have more rules. Let's discuss.
Oh, what are the rules?
First, you will be writing your answers tonight, at least your
Yeah.
primary guesses. And you will do so on the whiteboards provided to you.
Okay.
Copy
I was
that.
wondering what these are for.
Mhm. When prompted after reading the details I prepared, you will show me your answer.
Okay. Oh, so it's like same time, not who says it first.
No blurting it out.
Ooh, but then you like have to have an answer at the same time.
We will accept the character's name or simply just the name of the movie. I won't be a dick about it.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
All right.
Good. I like that.
I get it.
Let's talk scoring. You each have the opportunity to earn 2 chubs with a written correct answer if you get it right on the first try. If one is right and the other is wrong, it's 2 chubs for the right answer and we move on. If you're both wrong or neither of you have an answer written, we stay at it, but it's now worth 1 chub. At this point, you can just say your answer or ask questions 20 question style if needed.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
You each can ask for a reread 2 times. And sometimes this comes with additional info and sometimes it does not. In the event you do roll a 7 or pull a power card, you return to the starting position, have to pound your drink, but get to phone a
right.
friend on the next round.
Hey,
I'm like, I'm too drunk for this already. I'm already gonna suck.
house rules are getting long
Looking
here.
over here, Tyler, like, so you got it?
Are you
or-
writing this shit down?
I wish you both luck. And to ensure a competitive match, the loser of this game will drive the scooter completely bottomless to the fire station and back after we finish recording. And this is just about a quarter mile. This is just about a quarter mile down a very busy street and back. So you'll live,
No.
but you don't want to lose.
Full bush? Bush out?
You don't want to lose.
Whoa. These are heavy stakes.
Let's begin.
Oh my god.
We got to get creative this year for the Wayne. All right, let's start our horror villain dating profile.
All right.
First profile. Get your pens ready.
Pens
Oh,
are
okay.
ready.
Well, hello everyone. Civil engineer from the Northeast. I'm nefarious, a Sagittarius, and extra vicarious. Most tend to say they don't like to fuck around and play games. Well, I do.
Oh.
Extremely single, with a genius level intelligence, and I enjoy puzzles. I have no moral compass whatsoever.
Jigsaw.
But you sure as shit better. I'm into toys and have an impressive collection, so I hope you're into that. I may be an old grump, but I'll surprise you in amazing ways if you'll take a chance on me. Let's see your answers. Tyler, you have written Jigsaw.
And it's been up for like a minute.
Blair, you are deducted any points that you would have gotten in this round for blurting out your answer and disregarding all of the rules that were just laid out for
I
you.
was hoping that you didn't catch that.
You don't think that I caught that?
You're on mic.
And Jigsaw. So good at this. Gonna be
Tyler
Tyler.
had his it moment. Okay, this is just my Jigsaw moment.
1 chub, 2 chubs.
Yeah.
That's your score.
Early
you're
lead.
You're lucky you get a chub.
You're lucky.
That is the last time you will be given 1 chub.
Okay, I'll take all right.
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 disagree, but I'll take it.
Nicely done, by the way.
Thanks.
You nicely done.
That was a fantastic profile.
I like
All
this
right, you like where
game.
this is going?
I would have been like,
Horror villain dating
"What's up?"
game?
I would have been like, "Reply, what's up?"
How would you not?
Yeah,
Would've
what's
been
up?
like, "Hey,
I mean, like you like my pick or? I like games.
Let's continue. Hey, everybody. Colorado in the house. What's up? I hear shit all the time, but I'd love to hear the sound of you screaming my name. Even though I have a relatively low body count, I was rated by the American Film Institute to be the 25th greatest horror villain of all time. No big deal.
Whoa.
I'm a family man. I write most days, and it's been rough lately, but I'm still hacking away at it. I was selected by both Empire and Premiere magazines to be one of 100 greatest movie characters of all time if you weren't already soaking through your shorts. Let's see your answers.
Hold on. See, a couple things stood out. Family man.
Let's see your answers. Show me if you have something.
Okay.
You don't get to put me on hold.
This is mine.
Tyler has The Shining. Blair has Jack Torrance. Both are correct.
Whoa!
2 chubs apiece. Tyler is winning 4-3. This is good.
This is good.
Wait,
This is good.
so did I just not get 2
You
last
just got
time
2.
just because I blurted it out?
Just because you blurted it out.
That was my-
Because you
That was your
didn't-
deduction.
Okay, just being clear.
Just so I know.
Continue.
Just so we're clear.
Continue.
All right. Well, hello. Thanks for checking me out.
Hey.
I'm mainly chill in the Northeast, but I get around for sure. I love dancing, making people laugh, and killing. I'm old as shit, but still super playful, and I have a passion for waste management. It'd be wise not to fuck with me, but I'll fuck with you in ways you can't imagine. I'm a real monster when I'm hungry, but a jokester at heart. Was definitely the class clown growing up, and I'm great with children. Tyler already has Pennywise. That's correct. Blair started writing Chucky. That's incorrect. Tyler, 2 points, Blair.
Did I really get Pennywise wrong?
Wow. I even gave the little extra at the end to try and help you, but you didn't need.
You'd be
Ooh.
wise than the kids. I mean, come on.
Tyler's in the zone.
Easy.
Tyler's in the
Easy.
zone.
This is not what I want to see happening.
6-3 biscuits.
I'm obsessed with this game right now. And
Yeah.
Pennywise from It is correct. Let's move on.
oh my god. Can you imagine like Pennywise showing up on a date? I'd be like, well, I just shit my pants, so I don't know how the rest of this date's gonna go, but
Hope you're into shit.
let's see what
'cause I
happens.
just shit.
Because this is terrifying.
Way-ho, everybody. Way-ho. I'm from Chicago, with roots in other places, and you wouldn't want to know about my family history.
Oh.
I think I'm way underappreciated in the general horror villain conversation, but I'm hoping that'll change soon.
Whoa.
I'm a ladies' man, and I crave hearing women say my name.
Whoa.
People practically get hooked to me because of my super deep voice.
Candy? Oh, fuck. Sorry.
Blair.
No, I didn't
Just
even
take
say
a-
it.
just
I didn't say
take it
anything.
off there.
Did I say that out loud?
Did I say Tallahassee?
You're right, is the problem. So I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
If you were wrong, I could have
Just
easily
deduct one
just...
again. I'm sorry. Deduct one.
Well, no, because
Candyman.
I'm thinking we just move on, no blood, because...
Did
Ty-
you know?
Well, he wasn't getting it. He hadn't written anything yet.
No, I was still thinking about you screwing the pooch on that one, but
You gotta get used to these rules for Blair.
yeah.
I'm not good with rules.
Tyler, what do you think? No blood, or do we just deduct more points?
I should get one chub and we move on.
No,
No?
you don't get a chub for that.
What?
I'm gonna allow your input. You're definitely not getting a chunk.
Yeah, I was like, are you losing
No.
one or no?
I'm,
And
not,
on
I'm
the
trying to
fence.
have a discussion
What?
with your opponent
Take a-
here about whether
Move
you should get
on.
no points,
Move
which is
on.
mercy,
Move
Yeah.
on.
or deducted points, which is what I
Pass.
assured you would happen.
I was like all for just splitting the nothing and moving on, but now that she's
No,
trying
move
to
on.
get plus point,
Deduction.
I'm gonna take it.
If you
No.
weren't, if you weren't already
I've
kicking the
already-
crap out of her so
You're
far,
already winning.
just move on.
We'll
I'm
move
done.
on.
I had to just admit that sweet voice.
That was a long-winded way to say no blood. You are in trouble. One more, and you are disqualified.
I'm sorry. I'm done.
You are disqualified. We will continue to
I'm
play,
shutting
but Tyler
it.
will
I even
automatically
have
be
it
the
ready in
winner.
my hand.
The
I
W.
have it ready in my hand.
Sup, ladies? trying to get you in bed right away.
DTF.
You'll find me pretty much everywhere, but I seem to spend most of my time in Ohio. I'm very handy and have a great sense of humor. I also have a razor-sharp wit, which helps when you're as ugly as I am. Like many others on this list, I suppose I have a type. Young. I don't mind the fellas, and I don't mind the ladies, as long as you find it in your heart to fear me. Don't sleep on this bad boy. I've been told I'm the man of your dreams.
Oh.
No. You don't get to look at Tyler's and then start writing it
I
down.
didn't even see. I couldn't see anything. I promise. I wanted to cheat, but I couldn't see anything.
2 for Tyler, 1 for Blair.
Why?
I see what you wrote down. You wrote Freddy. Tyler also wrote Freddy. The correct answer is the Dream Demon, the Springfield Slasher, the one and only Frederick Charles Krueger,
Why does he get 2?
because he had it before I was done talking, and I thought you looked at Tyler.
I tried, yes. I'm not denying that. We
Had
all
you had the
saw
angle
that.
on me, I
I
couldn't
can't
see
take
the
that
paper.
back. Okay.
We all saw that.
I can't hide it. Okay. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
You get
We
more than
all
a neck of
obviously
beer
saw me
in
trying
Blair,
to cheat.
and she just
She's
can't
all
follow
true.
the rules.
I'm not going to hide it. That happened.
Ask her
If
whatever
I
you
could have
want
seen
right
it,
now.
that would have been a lot easier for my life, but I couldn't be like, well, shit.
That was on the easier side. I'm surprised you guys got Jigsaw.
Oh, wait,
This is going
so
wrong.
points. Okay.
2 for me. Yeah, points.
I gotcha.
No one's
babe.
needed a reread yet. That's good. You get 2 points. You get 2 points.
Charity point.
I'll take it. Move on.
Player over here taking them charity chubs.
Hell yeah.
Well, hi everyone. I was born on April 1st, 1943 in Bakersfield, California, and graduated with honors from the University of Southern California in 1966.
Wow.
I settled down in Colorado eventually and loved the small town feel I didn't get on the coast. You could call me an avid reader, and I love romance novels. I'm a caregiver at my core, with a giant heart and unparalleled rage. I had a crush for a while, but it didn't work out, so I'm single and ready to mingle. Let's see your answers.
Did you see mine?
I did.
Okay.
You put Norman Bates.
I did.
That's incorrect.
Ball sandwiches.
Blair has written down Misery, which is an acceptable answer. This is Annie Wilkes from Misery.
Oh, the comeback.
And I'm going to go back here while I still have time and tell you it took every ounce of willpower that I had in my being not to say graduated with honors from the University of Southern California in 1966. Pickup sticks.
Pickup sticks.
Fight it.
Let's move on. Score count. Whoa.
Come back
Whoa. What's happening?
Did I
Oh,
not
you
just
got
get
2
2
and you
for
got
that?
none. I see.
There's a 2-point swing there.
Wow. That charity chub. was-
Came at me a little strong there, thinking
well,
that
this is
something was
this
wrong
is
here.
is this a 1-point game?
That's what this is.
This is
Back-
8
back
to
to
7?
one.
It's an 8-7 game right now.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Hold the frightening phone.
Hey, you guys. California kid here, but love those chicks from Arizona.
Ooh.
Super close with my mom, and I work all the time. But I'm looking for that special someone I could settle down with, maybe even kill one day. I enjoy reading, long showers, and I love animals. My father died when I was 6, and I practically have to run the family business on my own. What do we have? Blair is quickly, as fast as she could write, writing Norman Bates. Tyler has been holding up Norman Bates for the last 60 seconds.
For the last 2 questions.
This is going 2 for Tyler, 1 for Blair.
I 100% just read.
And that is
Norman
just how this structure is
But
going.
I knew.
If you have the
knew.
answer while I'm talking, 2 points guaranteed. If you start writing after I'm done, 1 at best.
I need to soak
And
it
you've-
all in sometimes.
And you've taken a couple of glances at your opponent's score. Oh, what's that
I'm
say?
just looking at your sweet
So
face.
true. It's, yeah, we need a divider over here, Blair. Eyes on the host.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at my beautiful husband.
Hey, y'all. Southern gentleman here. Bit of a homebody, but a family man. And I believe in core values like murder, torture, and all that good stuff.
Oh my god.
I make my own furniture, dishes, and masks, so you could call me a bit of a handyman, I guess. I often think I'm just pretty misunderstood, but many have called me the most terrifying horror villain to ever exist. If you're into someone who will treat you right and not just break out another boring blade, I'm your guy. Tyler is holding up Leatherface. Blair has written down Leatherface. You're both correct.
Oh, yeah.
2 chubs apiece.
Yay!
Look at all these chubs.
Raining
So
chubs
many.
over here. Hi, everybody. What's good? Glad to be here. I hail from Illinois. I'm a super chill dude, kind of shy, but if I like you, I'm gonna let you know. I'm a bit of a loner. I enjoy laundry, landscaping, and killing sexually active teens. I frequently mask my emotions, and my body seems to fluctuate a bit. I'm either, like, pretty big or really big. And even though I'm super popular, Blake seems to think I'm amongst the most overrated horror villains in the history of the genre. Tyler has written down Ghostface. Blair has written down Michael Myers. Blair is correct with Michael Myers from Halloween. Biscuits. Respectable guess. I'm curious what made you think it was Ghostface. I like that you thought of Ghostface.
Thought you hated that shit. Honestly,
That's it.
I just thought you hated that shit.
Stu?
He loves it.
No, just the villain.
Oh, the villain itself. Well, hello. I'm a bit shy and on the quiet side. From the New Jersey area, but I seem to make my way around all over. I'm a big fella. You could say I don't move quickly, but I have a big heart and love to kill people. You can call me a sports fan, I suppose. And I'm close with my mom. I've been to space, which is cool. Spent some time in the Big Apple. But I enjoy spending most of my time around the lake house, keeping horny teenagers at bay. What is your answer? Tyler has written down Jason. Blair is blanked. Tyler comes right back with another 2-point swing. That is Jason Voorhees
See,
from Friday
I knew
the
there'd
13th.
be like the obvious that I don't get.
That wasn't obvious that you didn't get.
I knew that was gonna happen. I didn't get Pennywise.
Mom, come on.
Jason.
What's the matter with you?
What's happening?
What's the matter with you?
I should know better. What's up?
Let's continue. What's good, y'all? Really glad to be grouped in such great company. California all the way, and super into hanging out with my friends and partying. I'd say after slashing people, partying is probably top priority. I enjoy talking on the phone, checking in on what my friends are up to. I like being mysterious and fun, and always up for the chase. Young, in good shape, I could even make you laugh. So hit up this villain for a killer good time.
Whoa. Young can make you laugh.
We're both blanking. You haven't requested a reread.
Oh, okay.
And,
I need a reread
and sometimes
now.
that comes with more information.
Okay, I'll do a reread.
Blair has requested a reread.
Okay.
Tyler appears to like that situation.
I do a lot. Thank you for
Yeah.
falling on that grenade for me.
Okay.
What's good, y'all? Really glad to be grouped in such great company. California all the way. Super into hanging out with my friends and partying. I'd say after slashing people, partying is probably top priority. I enjoy talking on the phone and checking in on what my friends are up to. I like being mysterious and fun. I'm always up for the chase. Young, in good shape, could even make you laugh. So hit up this villain for a killer good time. Oh, and I made my hometown famous for a murder before I even got started. For 1 chub, do we have an answer? Blair has written down Ghostface. Tyler is circling his previous answer from Ghostface. Those are correct. Billy Loomis and Stu as Ghostface from Scream. Well done. 1 chub apiece. Good job, you guys.
Yay,
Ooh, that was
okay.
a tough one.
We
Nice
came
recovery
back.
with the reread.
Yes, that was good.
Excellent use of reread.
That was good.
What's up, everyone? I was born in October 1962, Harvard grad. You know that's hot.
Oh.
You can say I enjoy the finer things. You'll typically find me in Manhattan or uptown chasing some tail. I know I come off as a bit of a player, but I'm honest, and I'm always going to tell you what's on my mind. I stay in great shape, love the 80s, and I have sex with the lights on. Exclusivity is a big turn on for me. Oh, and murder, duh. And I maintain a vigorous routine by keeping my shit tight. What do we have? Blair has written down American Psycho. Tyler has written down Patrick Bateman, and that's going to work. Both correct for 2 chubs. American Psycho. Well done, Blair.
Yes. I was like going out on a whim on that. I'm like, I don't know. This is just gonna be American Psycho vibes.
I'm very impressed. You didn't get Jason Voorhees, but you did get Patrick Bateman.
I told you.
What do you know?
I know. I'm not gonna get the obvious, but I'll get a weird random.
I was thinking of his other name too in my head. I was getting it confused for a sec.
Paul Allen.
Paul Allen.
So we both get 2.
You both get 2. What it do? Chi-Town is where I get most of my kills. I'm a little quiet, but once you open me up, I have a lot of personality. I'm on the shorter side, but definitely a good guy, and I like kids. I won an MTV award for Best Villain before, so I'm kind of a big deal, and I totally have a thing for single moms. They made a sequel about my wife and I, but I don't want to talk about that bitch. For the record, that shit is over too. Let's see your answers. Tyler has written down Chucky. Blair has written down Chucky. This is
Yay!
Charles Lee Ray. Chucky from Child's Play. Well
Boom.
done. 2 chubs apiece. Well, hello, everyone. I was born on January 20th, 1933, and I'm Lithuanian American. I have an unusually calm demeanor that most find unsettling, but I'm just very well educated and probably know you better than you know yourself. I have PhDs and am very well cultured, but I rarely get the chance to spend time outside of Baltimore. There's no denying I have an exquisite palate and a taste for fine wines. I'm already seeing Hannibal Lecter and Hannibal Lecter. That is correct. Don't even have to continue.
Yay.
That is Hannibal Lecter, Silence
Oh my
of the
God,
Lambs.
the funnest
2
game,
chubs
like, just
apiece.
ever.
These are good.
I'm totally into it.
Yeah.
My nips are hard.
And we have a few more here.
So hot.
What's the haps, everybody? The Pacific Northwest is where you'll find me doing my best killing. It's my roots. Rough childhood. I had a murderous mother. The works. Now I'm always wet but never horny. I'm young. I've actually made several appearances on TV. And I got a really hot tape out. If you want to check it out, I'm sure it's floating around somewhere. I'm known for my hair, but I wish people would get to know the real killer inside.
Wow.
It's a tough
Who
one.
am I? Wow, I thought I'd teed this up and made it too easy. I think there's some listeners going, what the fuck? This is
Is it
easy.
just too obvious and I'm not thinking about it?
I'm thinking female, but I don't know
Yeah.
if that's okay.
Cool.
Tyler, use a reread.
Yeah, all right. Let me get that reread.
Blair calls Tyler use a reread, and it'll
I
play.
used it. You needed it.
Bold
before.
strategy,
I
Cotton.
did it-
See if it works for her.
I did it for both of us before. Let's keep it balanced. That's how we do.
What's the haps, everybody? The Pacific Northwest is where you'll find me doing my best killing. It's my roots. Rough childhood, and I had a murderous mother. The works. Now I'm always wet but never horny. I'm young. I've actually made several appearances on TV, and I got a really hot tape out. If you want to check it out, I'm sure it's floating around somewhere. I'm known for my hair, but I wish people would get to know the real killer inside. You're definitely not getting more info. This is so obvious.
That's all. That's
Known
it,
for
huh?
your hair.
We got nothing. Wow.
I have no idea.
We're clueless for no chubs.
Yeah. Split nothings.
This is Samara Morgan from The Ring. And let's
Oh,
look.
I was thinking
Oh,
her.
Well, you were wrong for not rating her.
I was like literally. I don't know why. Then I was.
The Pacific
going back
Northwest.
to-
Rough childhood, murderous mother. I'm always wet but never horny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
Hello.
dripping wet all the time.
I should
I'm
have
young.
immediately known.
I've actually made several appearances on TV, and I got
my
a really
God.
hot tape out. Known for my hair.
Damn it.
Known for my hair.
That was stacked with clues. It's okay.
We should have known that one. That was good.
It's been too long. I haven't seen that movie in a minute.
It's okay. Let's continue. Hi, y'all. How the fuck you doing? I was born April 13th, 1918 in El Paso, Texas. I spent a small part of my childhood in a home for orphan boys in Rugsville, Texas, but ended up becoming a big-time family man with shitty kids of my own. My interests include sunsets, sideshow deformities, and violent crime photography. You'll find me clowning around Texas doing family shit or attracting guests and leading them to slaughter. I'm past my days of putting up with bullshit, but it's never too late to find love or have a passionate fling, if you know what I mean. Tyler has written down Devil's Rejects. Blair is still looking with a blank face.
I don't know.
She doesn't know.
I feel like I should know, but I don't know.
Tyler is correct for 2 points. We
It's
will
Otis?
accept Devil's Rejects. It is Captain Spaulding, aka Cutter. We would have accepted House of a Thousand Corpses or Devil's Rejects.
I hate myself for
From
not
from
knowing.
hell if we had to like really get there, but I'm glad we didn't.
So Tyler
Well
gets 2.
done, Tyler.
Get it.
That changes
Yes.
everything.
Feel it.
That changes everything.
And I just hate that I didn't get that.
We're all disappointed in you. All right,
All right, I need to catch up. I'm getting serious.
this is where we see where the real horror fans are.
The cream of the crop
That's right.
always rises to the top.
Greetings, and thank you for having me. I may seem boring on the surface, but I assure you I'm quite interesting. My fascinations with the human body led me to become a doctor, so I'm quite familiar with how one could please a woman if so desired. I may look creepy, and I am. But I'm smart, successful, creative, and passionate about my work. I have a lovely home, and I just love pets. Even been known to make my own. I don't have very many visitors over, but they always seem to get attached to one another when I do. Let's see those answers. We're both writing, and Blair is writing down human centipede. Tyler has written down human centipede. That is Dr. Heater from the human centipede. That is correct for 2 chubs apiece. Well done.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Well done.
That was good.
Wow. Y'all got that pretty early on, too. That was,
Really?
wow.
There was more?
I feel like I'm getting too into character on these. I'm slipping.
No.
I'm slipping. The
I watch it every other day.
the
It's
drinks
one
are
of my
getting to
favorites.
me.
I was like, I know that shit backwards and forwards, please. That's on repeat in our house.
Some people like porn. Human centipede for me.
We got 3 more. Hi, how are ya? I definitely belong here, but rarely on any list of most epic horror villains. I mean, my body count is up there, and my movie was pretty tits for the time. I hail from the main town of Chamberlain, and I have a horrible relationship with my mom, like many here. I'm a little bit super socially awkward, but being the least popular girl means I'll appreciate you more than you can handle. I come from an uber religious background, but I kind of follow my own path. Sweetest person you'll meet until you fuck with me, then I'll kill you so bad they'll do a remake 40 years later so a whole new generation can watch you die all over again. Who am I? Blair has written down Carrie, and Tyler has written down Jawbreaker. Blair really needed this one. She is correct.
Oh,
With Carrietta, Carrie White. Well done, Blister.
Oh my god. I was like, I really hope this is right.
Nailed it.
Sweet
Wow.
gal.
So this is
Carrie. No, I needed that.
Tyler's up by 2.
Yeah.
With 2 left.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, what's up? Never been more single, but looking forward to seeing what's out there. I totally went through some shit after World War I, and now I just spend most of my time abducting others and torturing them in this little labyrinth realm called hell. Asking me where I'm from is kind of a loaded question wrapped in a fun fact. My film was shot in England, with mostly English actors, but the studio thought it'd be more marketable in the US, so they said I'm from America, and also dubbed American voices over many of the English actors. The name you know me by was actually given to me by makeup effects artists, and has nothing to do with my character at all. But because you need it, by looking at your faces, I'll just throw out some of my more legit names. Lead Cenobite, Hell Priest, and Cold Man. Let's see those answers. Tyler has written down U.S. Werewolf in London.
American Werewolf in London.
U.S. Werewolf in the U.K.
In Paris? London.
U.S.
Amsterdam?
Wolf UK. Blair, I
Cottonwood.
see your pinhead over there. And that is correct.
Oh, yeah.
Blair with the pinhead.
Shit
I would have
balls.
accepted Elliot Spencer or
Had
Hellraiser.
to have it.
Very impressive. You don't get Jason Voorhees, but you do get Pinhead. I don't know what's going on with you
I don't
tonight.
know.
You had a weird mix of
I
pregame
don't
and your
know.
drinks.
None of it makes sense.
You need to,
That's my worst.
yeah, what's
Nothing
going
ever
on with you
makes
here?
sense when we play games.
No, Pinhead's like my least favorite scary movie of all time. I don't want to talk about it.
I'm going to ask you about it.
Maybe
just,
later.
Just
Oh,
in a little
he's
bit.
like touchy about.
Yeah.
We need to hear about this.
On the other side of the break,
later.
we'll delve into that.
I've totally wiped my brain from all things Pinhead.
Oh.
Last one. All right.
For all
We're literally
the
tied.
marbles.
After all of that, we're tied.
You're tied right now.
Yeah.
whole
Yes.
kit
It's
and
literally
caboodle.
down to this last question.
All right, how we doing, folks? I'm going to be honest. I made the list because there were 19 before me, and Blake is way too fucking OCD to leave it there and call it a game. Don't let that fact fool you into thinking, I can't hang. I could kill with the best of them. My flick has the sequels to prove it, and you don't have to be a classic horror icon to want to find love in this crazy world. You'll typically find me in the Southwest, but I like Utah and Wyoming just fine. I'm definitely not a hermit. In fact, I'm on the road most days. A little bit of a creeper, but a super sweet guy once you get to know me. I too have a sexy voice and a weakness for pink champagne. Let's see those answers for the win. Tyler has written down
I don't like it.
Mike Myers, which we've already had in this game so far, so that's probably not going to be
gonna be it.
the end here. But let's see what Blair has.
I hate how you have to write an answer.
She's written down Joyride, and it is Rusty Nail from Joyride. Blair comes all the way back to win it on the last question. I was at least expecting a tie here. Biscuits.
Oh
God.
What happened?
my.
Another one I deleted.
Rusty
The movie's
Nail.
fucked up.
That is amazing.
How did I win? Oh.
The look on
that high
Tyler's
five.
Oh,
face.
he's so upset.
The
right
look on
now.
Tyler's face.
You can keep that high five to yourself over there, Blair.
Yeah, I just like totally air five
You know what?
Tyler's face.
I hate it when people do that to me. Like, they score on me in video games and they try to give me a high five. I'm like, you keep that fucking high five.
I do that all the time, but you get why I do, because I never do anything good in a video game. So if,
Yeah,
if I
you-
drain that 3
I know,
like when it's
that's why I'm
needed, I'm
like,
like,
You
be
need
proud
it,
for
yeah.
me.
All right, well,
Yeah.
you
Be
hit one.
happy for me. Nice game, you guys. Let's take a break.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for listening to Something Crunchy, and we hope you're enjoying the episode. It now pays to crunch down every week because we're hooking you up with big discounts from big brands. Up to 35% off Invicta watches using code CRUNCHY and apparel from 8080, where in addition to 10% off using code CRUNCHY, every dollar you spend goes towards an entry in their dream car giveaway. Don't forget to join the Something Crunchy Facebook group for updates, polls, and the web's crunchiest memes. You can find us on Twitter at crunch_cast, and feel free to send any questions and track submissions to somethingcrunchy@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the show.
And we're back. That was awesome. And
Oh my God, funnest
Tyler
game.
totally forgot that he now has to go do his bottomless ride on the scooter after the sode.
Oh my god, yes. I totally forgot
Tyler
about
just
that.
totally let it
Yes.
slip his mind that he's got to go completely bottomless to the fire station and back.
I was
So-
going to do it anyway, so, I'll take one for the team here, B.
I love it.
Keep
You
your
know,
bush in. I'll let mine fly free on the Freedom Machine.
Shake it, baby.
Okay. While they're fresh on the brain, and we just went over 20 iconic horror villains,
Yes.
which ones were the most impactful horror villains for you personally? Blair, let's start with you.
Pennywise.
Pennywise. That's an
Yes.
excellent place to start.
Because
Let's hear your reasons.
Show your work.
anything that can actually happen terrifies me. I mean, there could be someone hiding in the gutter dressed up as a clown, ready to just, snatch me up.
because I was ready to pounce on that. So you're saying that this like demonic being that is hundreds and hundreds of years old that comes to life every 27 years to eat children and make them float. Blair loves it because it's just realistic. And anything that can happen is just really going to get to Blair.
It is.
You're saying the clown aspect of it got you. It was the clown in the
And why are
sewer
you
that
like
scared you.
actively going for kids and like adults can't see him? Like, I don't like that.
I want to agree with you for Pennywise, but
I
for
don't like
a
that.
completely different reason. I mean, your work that you showed there was just god awful.
Tim Curry?
I'm so disappointed.
You
in
try
you for the
being
work
2
that you
years
showed.
old and watch Tim Curry.
What you should have
Unlegible.
said, unlegible. What you should have said was the fact that he feeds on your fears and immediately becomes whatever you are personally most afraid of,
True.
automatically makes him
This little
in the
shape-shifting
conversation for
bullshit.
the most like horrific horror
Totally.
villain.
That is the absolute worst thing.
Totally leads into
What's yours?
What you got?
fucks me up the most.
What fucked you up real good?
Imaginary death in all the Final Destinations. Yeah. That spirit that causes everything to happen in chronological order, even if you...
You know,
Final
fuck with
Destination
the cycle.
definitely fucked
One,
with me.
I
agree.
love that answer because that's very good and well thought of. And two, that's a perfect segue for one that I have because Tony Todd played Death in Final Destination. And although I wasn't a huge fan of the Candyman movies, even the original, I thought he was terrifying. Like the movie itself, I thought was okay. But he was terrifying.
He was scary.
He was a thing of nightmares in that voice.
True.
Yeah.
That really was
True.
like,
Haunting.
that was haunting. That was
He had the
truly
best
terrifying.
Voice.
Yes.
For
So
horror and
I am excited for the remake. I do hope they do him justice.
must have him.
But man, that was a good one. Nice call on Final D. Let's get into the polls. Okay.
You do some polls.
We polled this real hard. I polled a huge horror group and I polled the Something Crunchy group. We have different answers here. So the huge group, I got Mike Myers in a huge lead. And this is with over 1,000 votes. Michael Myers was the winner
for scariest horror villain.
for all-time greatest horror villain.
Okay.
Michael Myers came in first. Freddy Krueger edged out Jason Voorhees, who had a second lead for a long time, and then Pinhead, and then Leatherface, and this went on. There's like 20
Back and
options,
forth.
almost 30 options that people had added. And in our group, Freddy Krueger came in first, completely different group, and I'm so proud of us.
That's my vote.
I'm really proud of the group that Freddy Krueger
That's
came
my
in first,
vote.
and Michael Myers came in second, at least here. Jason Voorhees came in third, Pennywise came in fourth, and your mom came in fifth. And that's so classic Something Crunchy Facebook group, and I'm really pleased
I
with these
almost did a
results.
spit
Gotta love
take
that.
on that one. That beer just about went flying across the living room.
I'm really pleased, and thank you for your participation if you were a part of it. Excellent stuff.
So good.
Follow the Facebook group if you guys need to throw in your 2 cents with this, please.
And with that said, Michael Myers, we were laughing
Freddy
about this.
Krueger
He just
is way
stood
more
there and stalked,
terrifying.
and we said, if you change the music to Halloween, it's not even scary at all. He's just standing around most of the time at bushes
Oh my god!
and
When Freddy
looking at
Krueger
landscaping
haunts
and
your
laundry.
dreams, like how do you ever sleep at night?
Now Krueger, Wes Craven, like that was just
Brilliant.
that was really good, and I
Yeah.
really like the Freddy Krueger character because he can't just be replaced with a different actor in a mask. Like he had a lot of personality
Totally.
and
Yes.
talked. It was to the point where I don't think it made him like I laughed a lot during the Nightmare on Elm Streets. So like he wasn't the all-time scariest. I do think he's one of the most all-time iconic, and there were some great kills.
Yep.
But he also used a lot of humor, and some of it was
But the
just
story
cheesy.
behind it is scary. I mean,
Yes, the story behind it's good.
that every time you go to sleep, and I mean,
When it
as-
comes to the big three, like Krueger, Michael Myers, and Jason Voorhees, I lean in favor of Jason Voorhees. And just
Really?
in particularly the water scene where like he
Oh.
comes out of the boat in it was in the first or second one that fucked me up real good. Leatherface was my all-time favorite. Texas 70s, one of the originals. I thought he was most impactful, most iconic.
scary.
Tippity top of the list for me. What else you got?
Pinhead, it fucked me up so hard that I had to literally forget it. Like
Hellraiser did it to you.
yeah, I don't know if it was
Just the visuals of it.
the lighting was crazy, the white face, the pins and nails coming
Yeah.
out of his head,
Yeah.
all over his
Was
face and
very
stuff too,
visually
and it was
scary.
really symmetrical too, which fucked me up. And
Yep.
like anytime I thought about it, it made my teeth hurt. Like I was just
You're just sitting there like, how do you do it?
I think that's probably the most horrifying cover, like movie cover. Like when you're
Yeah,
walking
the
around
box.
Blockbuster
Yeah.
and you're in that horror aisle.
Definitely.
And you see that
It
like
packs a
VHS
punch.
cover of
black background, white
that's
face.
exactly
Yes,
it with
and
all
you just
those
see
nails.
with all the nails and the
That
silhouette.
was yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
It gives me
good.
like cavities thinking about it.
Chucky. Again, some humor involved, kind of like the Freddy
that was
Krueger.
scary.
But
to
that
me.
Chucky doll was fucking scary, and I enjoyed those movies. I thought that was
You know, I have a weird thing with dolls, so I don't.
You
fuck-
do have a weird
I don't
thing with
fuck
dolls.
That that kind of stuff is easy for me to watch because I can like separate the horror from
That you're like, obviously the doll's not gonna do
yeah,
anything.
no dolls
I
gonna be
get it,
coming to
I
life and stuff
know.
like that. But when you're talking about people that are still alive that are just crazy, or they fuck with you in your dreams, or places where you can't stay away from it, that's terrifying to me. Like if I can't physically keep myself away from it, like it's gonna happen. I have to go there. I got to deal with
Yep.
it. That scares me.
right.
Scares the shit out of me.
Leatherface, right up there, top 3. I'm gonna like complete and round off my top 3. A lot of people are hearing this going, if you're talking about all-time horror villains, there has to be a place for the shark in Jaws, and there does. That is one of the scariest villains from a horror movie ever. That is one of the
He does
scariest
have
horror movies
Quite the personality.
ever. Like, I'm just saying, the shark in Jaws deserves a mention, and there's a lot of people nodding their heads right now, going, "Fuck
sure.
yeah!"
Oh, sure. It kept a lot of people out of the ocean for a long time.
Anyone that doesn't believe that Hannibal Lecter is not the best horror villain of all time
So good.
is not a true fan of film.
Smart.
He was,
does it in
even
such
with
a
the help of a little
horrific
mask,
way.
which he didn't even need to be terrifying.
He's already terrifying.
Anthony
when he wants
Hopkins'
to.
portrayal of Hannibal Lecter.
Nobody could do that like him.
That was terrifying. That's winner for me. Didn't need a
Forensic
clown suit. Didn't need makeup.
psychiatrist.
Didn't need a hockey mask. Didn't need a machete.
No, just talk.
Just all dramatic pause.
His dialogue was terrifying.
Terrifying.
That's good stuff. I want to move on.
Okay.
I found a cool article. Let's talk about the scariest movie ever per science. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Found this on the Lad Bible.
How do you determine
Cool article I was
this?
reading the other day, looking into the science of scares. There is a study conducted by broadbandchoices.co.uk where they strapped heart monitors to 50 participants and got them to watch more than 120 hours of horror movies. This included The Conjuring, Alien, Paranormal Activity, Nightmare on Elm Street, It, and like 30 others, the ones you would expect mostly. The study took an average resting rate of 65 beats per minute and compared it to an average rate during the movie, as well as the highest spike caused by jump scares.
Oh.
Any guesses per science is the scariest
Is it
movie
one of
to
the
turn?
movies that we've discussed this evening?
It is not.
It's not even on this list.
It is not.
I'm gonna go.
Horror villain.
It's not like, don't think horror villain,
No,
just
no,
think
it's
horror
just
movie.
movie.
Oh.
It's something that's just like
The
intense.
Exorcist.
It's boom, hostile.
I like that answer, and I don't even know that was on here and that was watched, because that should be. That was intense and like,
No, I agree. That one
I had a
messed
high
with
BPM
me.
for that.
Every 3 minutes they're
And
hitting
that's
you
a
with
real
something
thing.
crazy.
That would mess with me. Like, it's like to be international where you don't know where you are and
Nothing you can do about it. You're fucked.
no.
The answer is Sinister with Ethan Hawke.
Really?
Yes.
I don't even know if I've seen this.
This was on last night, and I watched it in its entirety, knowing we were going to be having this conversation, so I'm well prepared. It found that while watching Sinister, the participants' heart rate was around 32% higher than usual, with 86 BPM, and hit a spike of 131 beats per minute. Insidious came in second place overall, had the largest spike of 133 BPM. The Conjuring came in third with 20 BPM difference at a 129 BPM high. Hereditary in fourth place.
Ooh, fourth.
And then we move down to the other end of the scale. We have Hush in 18th place, average difference of 11 BPM and a jump scare of 86. It came in 19th, giving viewers 10 BPM increase of high of 89. And rounding out the top 20 was Scream with an average increase of 8
made the
BPM.
top one.
Sweet.
Yes. So I checked out Sinister. That was with Ethan
What
Hawke.
is in it that makes it so
Well, jump
scary?
scares. Jump scares.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tells a tale of
I
like a
get
true
it.
crime writer, Ellison Oswald, who moves into the home of a family that were brutally murdered in the hopes of writing his new book about the case. In the attic are some like family home videos that he finds in a projector, like you typically would. If you haven't seen it yet, it's worth a watch. And if you have seen it, you could probably remember the exact scene that would have resulted in the 131 BPM spike. While the results of the study are interesting, it's important to remember that the scariest doesn't necessarily mean the best. The Shining is a horror masterpiece. It didn't even make the top 20, nor did the very brilliant Get Out or the sci-fi horror classic Alien. Still, one to add to the list for spooky thrill seekers this Halloween.
Yes.
Hereditary was pretty sweet. That's what I was thinking. That was also going to be pretty high on the list. I didn't know you had the whole
Didn't
list.
Jason Ellis bring up Hereditary being a creepy one?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
he
pretty
did.
bad.
Being pretty fucked up?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
The soundtrack, the sound effects, everything they kind of use in the background sets the tone, and it
Okay.
continuously.
That does help. That like changes things.
Yeah, that soundtrack pushes your heart rate up as
Yep.
the movie goes
Yeah,
along,
that
and
changes
halfway
things.
through you're at like 100 beats per minute, whether you want it to be there or not.
So much has to do with the music.
Yeah.
Really does. And movie making. Like you have extremely high beats per minute watching, what was the Adam Sandler one? Gems? Hidden Gems?
Hidden gems.
It's not Hidden Gems.
No.
No, it's
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems. Go.
Do you know what was the Jason Statham
Oh,
doing all the
Crank.
cocaine crank? If that doesn't get your heart just like my heart was like
Ooh,
slowing down,
okay.
racing.
I'm
Like,
thinking of a new segment.
that took me on a path.
Highest BPM movies, non-horror.
Ooh.
We'll do it down the road.
it's on the
Just
list.
remember
Save
it.
that for
It's on
January.
the list.
For sure. So Paranormal Activity came in 5th. That was just behind Hereditary. We have a few kind of just behind each other. The Babadook, The Descent, The Visit, The Ring at 11th, A Quiet Place at 12, Nightmare on Elm Street 13, Halloween 14, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 28 Days Later. Then there's The Exorcist
Yeah.
at 17, which I'm
Really?
surprised by. But if
It's slow for the
Doesn't
first
have-
like
it's
45
very
minutes.
slow,
so-
and
There's no
although the
music,
story really holds up and a lot of the scares hold up, especially the remastered one, there's a lot of the effects that are a little outdated now. It was a lot more terrifying like 20, 30 years
I'll
ago.
forever be terrifying.
They even did The Grudge, The Witch, Blair Witch Project, The Thing. They really
Hate
showed a lot of these movies. But that was interesting, like to do it by the science of scares.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a
can
fun measure.
totally
for
dig
sure.
that.
You know what we haven't done in a while?
What's up?
Let's fist the list.
Nice. Let's fist a list.
Yeah.
When was the last time we fisted a good list?
Oh, it has been a while.
And
Too
tonight
long.
is a very special fisted list because we are not fisting a particular list like we've always done in the past.
Yeah.
We are fisting all lists of its type. We yet to find a single list that was worth a damn when it came to what we were looking for. Most horrific scenes from non-horror films. Kind of
Love
like what we were
it.
talking
Yeah.
about,
Oh, yeah.
BPM, but we're just going straight most horrific scenes
And a non
from a non-horror movie.
Most fucked up shit.
Where you're like, I was not expecting that because this is not even supposed to be a scary movie. And it's just like, what the fuck just happened?
Just like the most horrific things you could think of that did
Yes.
not come from
Love
a
it.
horror-specific movie.
Love it.
Biscuits, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The Reverend
Oh,
bear rape scene.
the bear scene. That was brutal, and you're right on the money.
That was
2015.
awful.
That's a great starting point.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
It was a visual attack that left the audience feeling like it was grounded, gritty, like a real attack. But if you watch it, it could also be a rape scene. It was pretty fucked up.
There wasn't any sex per se involved, but it sure felt like there was for a minute because that
That was
was
brutal.
They was holding him down and
Intense.
just like biting it. Oh, it was so bad. And it went on for too long.
you felt
it
like it
was
was
like-
happening too.
There was no music in the background. It was just like an attack. And
You could feel it.
No,
you could feel it.
that's a great answer. I like where you went with that. Like the first one I'm thinking is Train Spotting.
Oh gosh.
Oh, yeah, that
yeah.
movie.
There's
So
there's
nasty.
two just horrific scenes, both involving the baby, and I'll just
Not expecting.
I'll just
that.
use the baby on the ceiling scene,
Oh, yeah.
which followed the even more horrific scene, really.
That was like the WTF moment.
But
of
that
just-
really horrific.
Oh, yeah.
That fucked me up real good.
yeah.
I would say that qualifies as being completely horrific from a non-horror movie.
That's not a horror movie, is it?
Train Spotting.
No.
It's horrific how
No.
many drugs they did throughout the movie, but no, that is like your standard drug movie.
That's true. So true.
It's a really fucking good movie, actually.
It is.
What you got, B? What do you think of?
The first thing I was thinking was Black Swan, when they're like
Oh,
the
yeah.
nails and like she's like becoming like
Oh,
the
the, like,
swan in the
feathers are
grossest
coming out of
way,
her.
and it's just like
Oh, that's a
she's
good
like
one. No,
biting
her
her
like,
nails,
nails
just
falling
ripping
off.
apart, and just
Ugh.
like tip of them just bleeding all
That's
over the place.
nasty.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Pretty,
that's pretty good.
horrific.
I like
I
where
just
you went
really
with that.
was not expecting that at that moment.
Yeah, that was a very non-horror movie, but that had a couple creepy
Dark
scenes,
moments.
dark moments for sure. Yeah, I'm into that.
Got a couple of scenes from this movie, but one in particular from Seven. Y'all remember that movie?
Oh,
First of
my
all,
God.
I'm so proud
How-
of you.
Is that a horror movie?
Thank you. That's exactly what I
No.
wanted to
Please.
address.
It's
This
not.
is not a horror movie.
It's a thriller.
It's a suspense
What?
thriller. Look it up. Look it up on IMDb
Okay,
right now.
a suspense thriller.
It's not a horror.
It's not horror. So they walk into the room that's full of air fresheners hanging all over the place, and before you even know what's going on, you can smell the fucking pine in the air. When they come around the corner and they see that like seemingly dead dude that's just skin and bones laying on the bed,
Oh my god.
Sloth.
Star.
sloth, and he walks over to like check him to make sure he's dead and puts his ear up to his face to see if he's breathing, and he just like
Still alive.
Oh my god.
Takes the big old
That was even
breath.
scary. Jesus.
That's exactly what happened.
It's a good scene.
Tyler, that was
You really,
amazing.
you really set the plate there,
Oh
brother.
my god. I was like, whoa.
Somebody set the table nicely. Wow.
Tyler was like quite the fucking
Wow.
actor.
Well done with the biscuits.
Would you like?
Don't know how I'm gonna follow that. Actually. Yeah, that was good. I have to say, just for its pure randomness, in the movie Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal at the very end,
You say that every time.
it's Gyllenhaal.
Is it Gyllenhaal? Or
I'm
Jill?
gonna say it's Gyllenhaal, but
It's Gyllenhaal.
we
Jake
can agree to
Gyllenhaal.
disagree.
Jake G.
Just in case. I'll let you look like a fool in case you're wrong. So that one with Jake Gyllenhaal,
Uh-huh.
where he like has a doppelganger that he finds, his character, who's also played by Jake Gyllenhaal, and it has nothing to do with horror. It's a very slow moving movie, and randomly at the end, he walks in a room and there's this like giant tarantula, like a quarter size of the room, backing up into the corner, and it ends. And like,
What?
it is the most random ending to a movie. And it has
fuck
this
did that come
giant, huge, oversized spider, and just shows up in the corner, and he like gives it this look, and
That's
it's
how I
over.
felt about it, and I'm like,
It's
oh,
just-
so we have a huge spider happening.
So random and out of
That is
place.
Wow.
crazy.
Super weird.
Maybe they like ran out of money. And they
Everybody
just had to
loves a
throw in an
surprise
ending. They're
spider.
like, finish something. Everybody hates spiders. Throw them
Like,
in the
I
corner.
didn't hate it because it was so random and unexpected, but I also didn't like it because it was so random and unexpected.
It gotcha.
Kind of did.
Oh
What'd you like, B?
no.
Oh.
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 As soon as I hear this category, immediately to my brain, I think of American History X,
Oh my god.
the
James,
curbing scene.
Don't even. You don't even have to.
You tell me a worse scene
I can't
than
even.
that.
I can't even get into details about this one. This one really. I can
You
feel
tell
it.
me a worse scene.
The sound.
Than
The
that.
sound of the teeth.
Oh.
It changes you, and like that fucked with me.
Yeah.
God, that was.
That needs
yeah,
to
that
be
was-
on this list.
It does need to be on this list. It does need to be on this list.
It's a horrific scene from a non-horror movie.
Few
hate
things that
that
I've
scene
seen
Oh,
on.
so
my brain and my
much. I
teeth
hate
hurt
that scene.
thinking
There's
about
so
it.
many reasons I hate that scene.
There's few things that I've seen on the screen that make me like physically ill as soon as
Yeah.
I watch it.
Yeah.
And then I gotta leave. I don't feel good.
It doesn't make
Yeah.
you feel good watching it. Like it makes you sick.
And this one that I'm thinking about next is also one of those scenes that made me physically ill, and I had to
What?
leave the theater in school that I was watching it at.
What?
I might have been a little hungover during
Might have had something to do with
the
that.
viewing of this, but Requiem for a Dream.
Oh.
Y'all
Oh
ever
my
seen that
gosh.
movie?
Yes.
Oh my god. song.
And
uh,
absolutely
that's so-
on
there's
this
so many
list.
times.
You bring up Train Spotting, I was already
Just for the
kind of thinking
soundtrack
Requiem.
alone, bring up Requiem.
Oh.
Yeah, which scene are you gonna go with on there?
Probably the scene where he's got like the infection from shooting up in
I
his
was
arm,
I was hoping you were gonna say that.
and then he
I was
goes
hoping
back
you'd say
to
that. And he goes back to it.
the same infection to shoot heroin into.
That
Watching a needle going into an infection is like
that has some horrific
cringy.
scenes,
Yeah.
and a
Cringy.
lot of people would argue maybe the fridge scene where the mom is hallucinating and freaking out,
oh
and
my god.
She's on her
There's a lot in
pills
this
and shit.
one.
Yeah.
or like when he's losing the arm at the end, it still had nothing on when he has that like giant black wound,
Yeah.
and he goes back to it. That was
Oh, I'm like literally watching it in my head right now, and it's awful.
Yeah.
damn good one, bro. I hate to get like guns involved at all because I feel like that just opens up a lot. And like really, if you're gonna do anything gun related, we might as well just throw in action movies. Or Blair and I could easily use the end of Bonnie and Clyde, and getting
all
them shot
day.
up like that would work. But I'm gonna go with in Joker when De Niro gets shot in the face, sitting there in studio like while on live TV. That was.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. Yeah.
pretty horrific.
I'm gonna use that as a tie with the movie Christine, where it's a true story about the woman who shot herself in the head. She was a news anchor and she shot herself
Oh my
in the head
God, what?
live on
No.
camera. And they did a movie about it a few years ago, and it was just a super somber movie. I wouldn't even recommend it. It's just
Oh
such
my
like
God.
a tough watch and like
That is
not
absolutely horrific.
not
That's
a feel good.
the payoff at the end is
No, it's
watch.
not even at the end. Really, it's like I mean, you know it's coming even, and it's still
'Cause
just
it's a true story.
yeah, and that's bad. So I'd maybe do those kind of as a tie in a slot. If we're making a top,
Yeah.
So it seems like we're on our way to like a top 15. We can come up with 5 apiece. We're on our way.
Yeah.
We've already done one for each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could definitely do that.
What do you got, Blair? Anything else?
Okay, so this might be a little random, but the movie Hard Candy
Oh, I see
with
where you're
Ellen
going.
Page. Okay.
Nicely done.
This actually was pretty crazy. So Ellen Page, she finds out this dude is a photographer. He's like preying on teenage girls on the internet, being a huge like just disgusting person, creeper. So she basically like was like, oh, like let's get together, and sets this whole thing up. Basically fucks with him knowing that he's like a fucking doucher. And she drugs him, and
yeah.
he wakes up and has like a bag of ice on his junk.
Oh yeah.
And he's like freaking out, and she's like, I've read a couple of books about, you know, cutting off body part, you know, this and that, and like
cuts his junk
knives,
off.
and well, she basically fucks with him, and he
tortures him.
thinks that he's had his genitals removed. But
Oh, just pure mind torture.
mind tortured. All she did was
Poor
put a
guy.
bag of ice on him after she drugged him, but he woke up like tied down and only with the bag of ice, and she's like, sorry, but I cut your balls off, and he's like freaking out. But
I hadn't seen that movie in like a decade, and I like think back on it, like, oh, she cut his balls off, right? Like, no, wow, that's good.
Yeah. it
and
was
she's like portrayed
fucked
as
up.
like a 15-year-old girl.
Yes, she looked like a 15-year-old girl.
I know, and it
Still
was
does.
like so well done, and that was horrifying. Still,
fucking Deer Hunter. Y'all remember Deer Hunter?
The Russian
My
roulette
God.
scene.
Yeah.
It has to be where you're
Yes.
going with that.
Yeah.
Oh, Blair and I could talk
needs
about
to
some
be
Deer
on this
Hunter.
list all day.
53rd best movie all time by the American Film Institute, as voted in 2007.
Ooh, that's a fun fact.
Movie
and so true.
is
Oh
Americana.
no,
Oh, no.
it's tits. You know what the most horrific scene in that movie was? The 46-minute wedding scene that they chose to put in.
Just, like,
that would have been a nice normal
unnecessary.
2-hour movie if they just avoided the hour-long wedding scene
Completely
they put in.
unnecessary.
That was actually the most horrific part. But no,
The
there
Russian roulette. You play
the
a
cages
best,
with the rats, the Russian roulette.
You looking your best friend in the eye and taking gun with all the like Vietnamese around you, just like mouse screaming, she's slapping at you, and I'm like, fuck.
No,
I mean, I think about that actually like all the time when I don't know something. I'm like, shit, mouse.
It's a mouse.
Nobody would have a clue what I'm talking about, but I actually think about Deer Hunter like all the time. Oh yeah,
No,
and they went the
brutal.
traps with rats, and again, I mean, military movies are hard to bring up though because then that brings up
You're
so many
right.
like other.
You're
but
right.
Deer Hunter is like
Deer Hunter
That
does.
Russian roulette scene is
Okay, so
horrific.
Pretty bad.
let's make this slot like a military slot, and like Deer Hunter, Russian roulette. But we'll throw in there just military because then you have to talk. Saving Private Ryan,
Yeah.
the guy
Yes.
holding his arm, walking around the beach.
When they storm the beach.
To
in
storm the beach in the beginning.
Fuck,
That's one of the most
the-
horrific
yeah.
things in any
Yes.
movie. That's one of the most violent things in any movie. Like that was.
That's D-Day, right?
Yeah.
They're recreating.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll go military, and if we're like kind of allowing this and we're getting a little loose with
feel like we're a little loose right now.
non-specifics, I'll take advantage of that. I'd like to throw in just maybe like a Tarantino
Oh,
general
Sure.
slip in.
definitely. There's been some fucked up Tarantino.
Because you could think of
scenes.
like just the ear sliced off in Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
You got Kill Bill, plenty
Pulp
of
Fiction.
horror in there. Pulp
Got-
Fiction, even Django.
The Gimp scene.
Yeah, there's a lot
blowing
of
the guy in the car, all of a sudden he like gets shot by
Ah,
Travolta.
shot Marvin in the
shit.
face.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's
Ah,
funny, but you
shit.
shot him in the face. So.
So I can't even make my mind on one Tarantino scene. So we'll just go like
Tarantino.
Ode to Tarantino in the slot.
Love that. Well, if we're gonna do that, then I feel like we can do the same thing with like Christopher Lloyd.
Well,
You know what I mean? Because I feel like he could be
Yeah.
like super creepy in multiple movies. Like Dennis the Menace, I'm sorry, but that was fucking terrifying. He
Okay.
was like the neighborhood dirty, greasy creep,
Yeah,
like
he scares me. He is so dirty.
thief. I mean, he was disgusting in that movie. And that
But
was
you
so
their
scary.
sport.
at first, when we looked and tried to do the homework for this, we ran into the same list over and over and over and over again. Everyone had the same stupid list with Indiana Jones when the face melting off from the Ark,
What?
and
Come
Roger
on.
Rabbit,
No,
and
come on.
just the same dumb 10 movies, just like scenes. It was the same thing over and over again, all terrible. We had to fist all the lists. So I didn't like where you're going initially with Christopher Lloyd because I thought you were going to go Roger Rabbit, and that's what I didn't like about a lot of the
No.
other lists. But if it's a combination thing, you apply the Dennis the Menace, which I
Yes.
like.
And like
Yeah.
Fester.
You add Uncle Fester, and then you do
He was
the
creepy
Roger
as
Rabbit.
Fester, but you love him.
To wrap all that together.
You won't find me having a problem with a
No.
ode to Christopher Lloyd
Yes.
ever in
Needs to
any
be on the
category.
list.
He could do
If you're gonna
horror
do the
and then
Tarantino
comedy right
package,
next to
we
it.
could do the Lloyd package.
I
He's in
like
my
it.
top 5 best actors of all time.
I can't
man.
argue with that.
Man,
Top
I
five.
know.
I want to, but I can't.
How about The Good Son? You guys remember that from '93?
Do I
Macaulay
remember that?
Culkin.
We've never talked about the Good Son here
Elijah
before.
Wood.
Holy
We're new
So
to the
hot.
Good Son,
But no, never seen that one.
How about old poor Mr. Highway?
Mister.
Poor Mr.
That was such a creepy ass scene.
So
You're like,
fucked
what a
up.
fucked up thing to do for a kid. You're like, what the hell? Like
It was a creepy ass scene.
You would just
grabbing a
like
doll, a
that,
huge
that's
like,
terrorism. He was just like a little
human-looking doll
9-year-old terrorist.
get a huge wreck on the highway, throwing that thing off the bridge. Like,
Yeah.
so people thinking
Made a
human
mannequin
was
looking
falling.
person with a hat on that really looked, from 20 feet away like a person.
There was
Chucked his
there was a
ass.
couple horrific scenes from that
Oh, yeah.
movie.
The nail gun.
Falling in the ice.
Yeah.
Mr. Highway was definitely the right call.
We like
Howard the Duck is coming to mind. If not,
Oh.
if not for the bestiality sex scene, then for definitely the unexpected dark ending.
How did it end?
Just pure nostalgia power. It just like I keep thinking about it. Ed Rooney goes all dark scientist and gets real dark, and effects come into play, and he's killing people in the diner, and it gets angry.
Gets weird.
It gets weird. I suppose.
That movie was
I
not
suppose
what I
after sex
expected.
with a
when
duck,
watching
like you
it.
shouldn't
Like,
be weirded out by an
What
ending
the-
like that. But
What are we watching? A duck? And it's like, that's weird. What are they doing?
God bless the '80s.
you could never get away with any of the movies they made in the 80s now.
Well, there's one that just far and away, I like. It's the reason why we started this list and why we did this segment. We all unanimously agreed. Blair,
Take it
why
away.
don't you take it
Yeah,
away?
I don't know how this isn't on every list. Running Scared.
It was on exactly no lists.
Zero.
And this should be number one on like almost every list.
Okay. So creepy. So this kid's on the run. He's stumbled upon a gun that was used to kill like 2 corrupt cops. He like runs into the wrong fucking house. And it's of this couple, they bring him home, and it's, of course, like the creepiest thing. They have this creepy ass kid's room that has all this weird stuff set up, and then for pictures. And then he ends up finding, like, you know, they're abducting kids, they're killing them. There's videotapes with all of their names on them, of all
they're
the
raiding
fucked up shit they've done.
body bags in the closet.
Of all these children.
All the floors are plastic coated. It's like this way overdone room for kids, and they don't have any children.
This like
That's
fucking couple.
Paul Walker.
Yes.
Yes.
The pictures. You
This
should
is-
have pictures. If you have children, you have pictures.
It was,
that was
so well
creepy.
done.
This
I mean,
is
that
the
is
beginning.
absolutely horrific.
The beginning of the Paul Walker conspiracy, from him getting involved with human trafficking
Yep.
and all that, and
Yep.
then doing a documentary about it.
A lot of people, they were doing the documentaries.
This is one of his best movies. I'm sorry.
This
Chris-
was one of
I'm
his
sorry.
best movies.
Argue
Yeah.
that I'm wrong.
No, that was really, really good movie.
Creepy
really
scene.
Well
creepy
done.
scene. That was.
You haven't seen Running Scared. You tell me that scene doesn't fuck with
That's
you.
got to be one of the most horrific scenes from a non-horror movie ever.
Absolutely.
All right,
Who fisted that fucking list?
we fisted that list so good.
Both
So
fists
hard.
to the wrist on that one.
Well, let's move on to our track of the week. Tonight we'll throw some shine on Redefined out of South Carolina. They have a strong, simple message that I really believe captures the complexities and nuances of today's socioclimate, and it's a message I sincerely believe is needed now more than ever.
Let's party till we fucking die! Yeah, let's party till we fucking die! Everybody welcome to a place where we are all accepted. No religion, no race, no gender, just to keep it real specific. So grab a drink, sit back and just enjoy all of this atmosphere. There's no room for the hate of all this world inside of there. So come on inside. There's no place for judgment here. Raise your glasses high. Let's party till we fucking die. Yeah. Oh. Let's party till we fucking die. We're all so busy with our everyday routine we call life. So let the drink and smoke take all your cares away for just tonight. You want to put it just to work all of your simple life away. So just relax and hear all these words that I have come here to say. So come on inside. There's no place for judgment here. Raise your glasses high. Let's party till we fucking. You can always come back to us, there's no expiration for this living. We'll keep on running until it's our own graves that we're digging. Just remember once in a while, take some time out for yourself. Do whatever it is you want and don't worry about no one else. So come on inside. There's no place for judgment here. Raise your glasses high. Let's party till we fucking die. Yeah. Oh. Let's party till we fucking die.
was Let's Party by Redefined out of Greenville, South Carolina. Fun fact about these guys, they played a show a few years back when they were with their previous singer. It was with another band, A Mile at Sea, and they liked the singer, even brought him on to do a couple of guest vocals for a song. Years later, he's now the lead singer for these guys, Redefined. Check out their videos on YouTube and their music on redefinedmusic.com. This wraps up another episode of Something Crunchy and another Crunchtober, which means we're back free range next week. And we got some big things in the pipe. Speaking of which, don't forget to puff past that episode of Something Crunchy you enjoy. We're best shared. And artists, keep sending those tracks to somethingcrunchy@gmail.com. There's no G in something. Up your meme game by joining the Something Crunchy Facebook group. And as always, don't ever forget to live your crunchiest life.
And be crunchy to one another. Happy Ween, y'all.
Please don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, and all that crunchy good shit. Thank you for listening.
We're all disappointed in you. And I thought you looked at Tyler.
I tried, yes. I'm not denying that. We all saw that. I can't take that back. Okay.
We all saw that.
I can't hide it. Okay. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
You get
We
more than
all
a neck of
obviously
beer
saw me
in
trying
Blair,
to.
and she just back in the studio with T-Bone and an American Blair Wolf. Fuck, I even rehearsed. Back in this.